Hey guys, welcome back to NautiStyles. Today we're doing something really exciting. We're going sailing. But it's not just that. We're going sailing on the World Cruiser Explorer super yacht. Are you ready for this?
Let's go.
This is a 1998 custom Dashew 78. We have been dying to get on board of this vessel for as long as Rico and I have lived in Marina del Rey, and I'm so excited to finally get a chance to bring it to the channel, to take you guys on board, and we're very fortunate to have a captain with us, Errol Perling. So he's going to show us around. This yacht has a lot of very interesting features. I know you guys are majorly into Explorer yachts right now, so this is going to tick off a lot of boxes. Welcome, Errol.
Hi guys. So this is Steve Dashew and Linda Dashew's custom yacht called BEOWULF. It's probably the most famous boat in Marina del Rey. It's a 78-foot ketch. The main and the mizzen are square topped, or on a race boat that would be called fat head sails. And we fly 2 code zeros, which has Rico very puzzled.
Two code zeros? How do you do that?
So we fly a code zero off the front of the boat. We fly a second code zero off the ketch mast. And it's like flying a second spinnaker.
That's crazy.
Even though the masts are short, we have huge sail area off the mast. The top speed on this boat is 27 knots, and that's recorded.
Wait, let it register.
Wait a minute, 27 knots?
27 knots, and it's recorded.
It's recorded with Linda Dashew drinking a cup of coffee at 27 or 28 knots.
So that's a bowsprit, and we have the first code zero up already.
We can fly spinnakers or the code zero off the bowsprit, and the interesting thing about the bowsprit is it isolates, meaning that you can grind it out to the weather side like a spinnaker pole.
Oh, so you can move it. So you have the two lines, the spectral lines, right, which are attached there?
No, the blue line's the one that moves it. It goes to a block and tackle. This is just a safety line.
That's just a safety line. Got it. So the blue line is moving the entire bowsprit to starboard and port, or port to starboard.
Oh,
wow.
I see.
I've never sailed on a boat which had a feature like this, ever.
I'm so excited right now.
Yeah.
Should we go on board?
So we have storage up here, sail storage.
Oh, wait. Oh, so there's another locker forward.
This is an anchor chain locker and sail storage.
That's huge.
Oh, that's perfect. Especially with the bars on there, you can tie up your lines. You can, anything. And then you have the remote for the anchor there too, right?
Correct.
First of all, the first question people can ask, is this aluminum?
It's marine grade aluminum. The reason it's not painted is because this is a world cruiser, and you save weight by not painting it, and you don't have to worry about scratching the boat.
And the maintenance on it.
So this is a true world cruiser.
This boat's been to New Zealand a few times. It's been to the Caribbean.
Okay.
It's been through the Panama all the way up the East Coast. The interesting thing about this boat, it's a US built hull.
Oh.
The boat was built in Truckee, California.
Oh, it was built right here in California.
California boat.
Oh. Nice.
And it was brought here with no interior, with a minimum interior. And then the boat was sailed by Steve and Linda Dashew to New Zealand, where they put this $1 million interior into this boat.
Got it.
Got it. And that was done by Kelly Archer?
Kelly Archer did the interior on this boat, who's a very famous boat builder. They did a lot of tank testing on this hull before they built the boat, and they figured this was the most optimum hull to build for speed.
Got it, got it. And then in terms of comfort, like, I mean, you mentioned the boat is extremely fast. So how much is it heeling? I mean, are you holding on for dear life on the way, or?
We can get the boat upright by 60 degrees by putting water in the water ballast tanks. Also, the water ballast tanks act as a double-plated hull for the boat, because if the boat was to go aground, it's got a second hull.
You can minimize list by, heel 5 to 6 degrees?
Yes.
Wow.
So
That's another first for me, because I've never been on a sailing yacht which had that possibility, actually.
we find that it's not necessary sailing the boat locally to use the ballast tanks, but they use them in ocean passages, like going to Hawaii or going to the South Pacific.
And it just gets filled up with
Seawater.
seawater. Ah, just pumped in.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also, this anchor is incredibly large for the size of the boat.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, you can anchor it anywhere and it needs less scope. So I think the anchor weighs over 300 pounds.
Yeah, it's a pretty large anchor for sure. But how do you
You move the whole bowsprit off to the side.
and then you anchor?
Yeah.
Which technically at anchor, it doesn't matter where your bowsprit is. I mean,
Correct.
All right, what else do we have here? There's a lot going on here, you guys. I'm not even as out there as Rico when it comes to sailing. I gotta be honest, this is a bit overwhelming for me. So I'm gonna let the boys do most of the talking here. I'll just be the
So,
pretty face.
Aaron, yeah, if you want to, you just walk us through quick of the sailing setup on this boat. I mean, obviously we have 2 masts.
The jib's a furling jib that is a pretty high-tech jib. It's a north sail made out of Norlam, so it's a composite sail. And the leads for the jib trim are movable, so we can change the leads while we're sailing according to the angle of the boat sailing. So we can go all the way inboard, or we can go in the middle track, or we can go outboard
Outboard.
if the boat is power reaching.
I didn't even realize that we have 3 tracks here. That's amazing.
The mast is really stable. It has swept back spreaders, which means that when you're going upwind, you don't need to use running backs. There's not a lot of work to the mast until it's really loaded up with the Code Zero sailing. The Code Zeros on this boat increase the sail area by a lot of square foot, making the boat really powerful from a 60-degree angle going off the wind.
Errol, how many people do you need to sail this vessel safely?
Well, we sailed the boat with 4 to 6 people, but the Dashews sailed this boat around the world as a couple.
Wow.
No crew.
No crew.
Wow.
They just sailed by themselves, and that's what this boat's set up for. So it depends on the experience of the crew as to how many people you take. We take more people because it's just a day sail and there's more sails to go up and down, and we like to trim them and go fast.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun with a lot of people, obviously, but you technically could, experienced couple can do this solo as a couple.
Yes, if you look at the interior of the boat, it has a very large main cabin, and the guest cabin is small, and Dashew always believed that you've always got to make the guest cabin bed small so your guests don't
stay too long.
Don't stay too long.
I love that. That's a good tip, you guys.
I think he's onto something.
That's a good tip. I can't wait to see the interior. All right, what else do we have here?
So this is the main sheet system. The Traveler, we can pull up and down, self-tacking. So it sets itself up when we're going upwind. And then these are preventers. When we're off the wind, we set these preventers so the main doesn't come across and injure somebody.
Yeah.
These hatches are humongous. They are
really
so large. That's the salon underneath.
Yeah, this is all salon.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah, they're really large. Great for cross breeze. That's awesome. And there's a hatch up there as well.
The interesting thing is that these big coamings are for air circulation. This boat was built around air circulation. It doesn't have air conditioning, and the circulation inside the boat is fantastic. There was a lot of thought built into the boat through Dashew's experience in building 23 of these boats. And air circulation is a big thing inside the boat.
Makes sense.
It's a big deal
also
to me.
keeps moisture out, and
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just keeps mold out. That's what you need.
Definitely.
All the winches are electric by push button. We have a remote that you'll see when we're sailing that I walk around with, trimming sails and driving the boat. The boat is never driven with the wheel. So we use this remote system.
I wish I could film Rico's face while you're saying all these things.
It has a wheel if you wanted to use it.
It has a wheel hooked up to a hydraulic cylinder, so there's no feel on the wheel.
So you don't get the feedback like you would get on a cable-driven rudder system.
Correct. The other interesting thing is the propeller is called a understrut propeller, which means that we can change the pitch of the propeller while the boat's running. So for example, this boat does not have a bow thruster. So we have an 80-foot boat that's maneuverable without a bow thruster. Most people in today's world would never believe this and be able to operate a boat like this.
That's so true.
Because I see 30-foot boats with bow thrusters. Now, what happens is...
I'm for the bow thrusters. I'm very curious about this. Go ahead.
So what happens with this boat is, say I want to leave this dock,
you switch it.
A normal propeller would suck the back of this boat into the dock, and you'd have to push it away or you wouldn't get off the dock. So what happens with this boat, I reverse the pitch completely and put the boat in forward. When I put the boat in forward with a reverse pitch on the propeller, it pulls it away from the dock and we go astern, and the boat will pull to starboard, which is a very interesting way of operating the boat.
So you can really take advantage of your prop walk, because you can have it either to port or to starboard, depending which pitch you're adjusting on the prop.
Correct.
That is amazing.
Oh, all you tech geeks are probably totally geeking out right now.
Why would not every sailboat have
Yeah, right?
that?
Well, it's probably the cost.
Might have something to do with it.
It might have something to do with
It might
money.
add about $100,000 to the boat.
You know.
Because it's a shaft and a shaft, and then you have a special motor that turns the shaft inside the shaft to change the pitch.
Yeah.
Also, the way we run this engine is that you set the RPM on the engine, and then you set the pitch of the boat to the pyro of the exhaust system. On the instruments on this boat, we have a pyro, which is a gauge that shows the exhaust temperature. And we set the pitch of this propeller because that's going to change the heat of the exhaust temperature. Also, this boat running max RPM will power at 13 or 14 knots.
Wow.
Whatever that last sentence was, I'm not going to pretend that I understood.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like monitoring your engine load. Because the hotter the exhaust is, the more load you have on the engine. You don't want to run your engine at 100%.
Right.
You want to run your engine maybe at 80%, to be most efficient. Unless you go really slow, then it's a different story. Then the exhaust temperature wouldn't really make that big of a difference. But since you have a variable pitch prop, you don't want to overload your engine. Is that kind of right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. Shall we walk aft and see what else we find?
Just looks so badass.
Yeah, it looks like a battleship.
Battleship, that's what I always called it every time we pass by. So we're in a cockpit. Wow, these are large tables.
Right.
This comes up and
These tables
is huge.
come out.
Oh yeah, I see there's a line here.
And then these
the wings.
Oh,
the wings
those are
come
really
out.
cool. How
Wow.
simple, that's great.
That's easily 6 people dinner, 8 people dinner.
Really nice, yeah, I like that. And I like that they're see-through, so it feels like it's a lot more space. It's great.
This plastic is the same as the plastic around the pilot house. It's 1/2-inch Lexan, which is pretty bulletproof.
Yeah.
Like
the
heavy
boat's
duty.
designed to fall off a wave, turn upside down, or have breakages hit the windows and they don't break.
Wow.
Let's not do any of that today.
Yeah, no, let's not try that.
Okay, there's a lot of lines, you guys.
And there are a lot of winches
A
here.
lot of winches and a lot of lines
So-
for me. Oh, there it is.
Oh, let's see that.
We steer the boat off this handheld,
And I see the indicator too.
so we turn to port, turn to starboard. We have the anchor windlass, and we have winches. For example, if I push the button,
That's amazing.
so we can trim sails just off the box here, and it helps when the boat's tacking. Even though somebody lets the line go, you can use the box to trim the new sail in.
And this is wired, so it's nice and safe. Nothing can happen to it. It's basically like an analog yacht controller, right?
Fly-by-wire.
Fly-by-wire, yeah, exactly.
We have a backup one of these, so if it goes wrong, we have another one on the boat that we just plug in. The boat has 2 complete autopilot systems, so if one goes down, we can go to the second and still operate it off this box.
If you do some long distance cruising, you want to have redundancy. If you really have foul weather, you could technically even do little adjustments from the interior helm.
The amazing thing about this boat is this pilot house. In bad weather or cold weather, you're inside, you can drive the boat from inside, and it gets you away from the elements.
I want to see the inside. Can we check it out?
Oh yes, go ahead and have a look at the inside of the boat.
Oh, we have a permission to explore?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, we will find you for the engine room. You're going to show us the engine room and the lazarette, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, we'll be right back. We have a full permission to explore, so let's check out the interior. Well, this is already very different, because you almost got like this half deck here.
Yeah, like look, we can look all the way through there to this lower level.
I think this would be very convenient when you're doing long passages, night passages, right, underway.
For sure.
The guys are getting ready to go out, so it's going to be a little loud. What do we have here?
So yeah, we got kind of like an interior helm. You have a rudder control over there. Then of course you have VHF radios here. You got a Furuno chart plotter right there. Your shift and throttle controls, your engine monitors, and then breaker panels right there. This is kind of cool too. You've got all the boat speed, all the instruments you need for sailing, your true wind speed, all the good stuff right there, all in the view. Really good visibility too.
There's more.
Oh, there's more. Your wind angle indicator, and then more breakers for the bilge pumps and fire suppression system. Water maker remote, stereo, more electronics.
Furuno.
Yeah, for your weather, some speakers. I mean, this is really cool for underway.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you got some like foul weather, this is fantastic.
Right.
I mean, your visibility here is incredible. You can just lay out here with your controller and steer, and I mean, how cool is that?
Besides, the boat adjusts its course to wind changes automatically if you have it set that way anyway. So, if the wind shifts spontaneously and you need to adjust your course, the boat can do that for you.
My portion that I can add on to this, the storage on this nav station is out of control.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is so much storage. Wow.
It's a total pilot house setup.
It's exactly what it is. It's a pilot house on the World Cruiser. All right, and it's definitely big enough to lay out for someone wants
crash,
to,
right?
and crash. Absolutely, you can have two people sleeping
You
here.
got handrails everywhere, underway.
All right, let's keep going. The teak is stunning. Look at all the woodwork. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, wow.
It's a 1998. It does not show any age whatsoever. It's really beautifully done.
This feels really open and large here.
It's an 80-foot yacht. We've been on a few and sailed on a few together to compare.
Yeah.
And this is very spacious, right? Feels
For
really
sure.
cool. I love that they have a non-skid everywhere, just integrated. It's great, really important on a sailing yacht. And it actually feels nice on your feet.
So let's go check out the galley.
All right, so we're going, just so you guys have your bearings, right? This is our port side, this is our starboard side. So we're going on a port side into our galley, a true yacht galley. Like, if you guys think of galley kitchens, that's really where it comes from. It's really narrow, it's very comfortable. You can lean against it if you are really healing, which this yacht supposedly doesn't go so crazy. I'm really excited to check that out. But you're gonna have that, so it's nice to be able to grab onto. This all serves like a grab rail. It's all like integrated, really nice. Look at the size of this wooden fiddles, it's pretty cool. All right, you're standing there. I think I should just start here.
Okay,
So
cool.
we have some drawer storage here. Let's open something up. There's tons of stuff on this yacht already. So it's been halfway across the world, back and forth and around. So there's a lot of stuff already on board. Oh yeah, what's this? The trash can.
Convenient.
Yeah, very convenient.
I like it.
You can just put stuff in. What I really love that you guys, I'm just wow, is the storage. Wow. And it's all over like that. Nuts, right? Mm-hmm. We have a double sink here. Our gas stove on the gimbal, of course. Storage everywhere. Our refrigeration system is here, and we have a fridge, which is super deep. It goes all the way in there, and I guess you just work it out that you're sliding it in and out. So a fridge and a freezer.
It's cool.
Right here. And supposedly it can stay cold for like 20 hours because it's so well insulated without
If you turn it off.
Yeah, of course, if you turn it off.
Should stay cold longer
Yeah,
than
it should
20
stay
hours.
long enough. All this storage here. There's also access to things is pretty well laid out that you can access. Were you able to see?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, since we're already here on the port side,
Yeah.
shall we do one of the guest staterooms?
Yeah, I agree. Let's go back. I'm going aft. The way everything's laid out is really wide. So it just feels like you have a lot of elbow room, which I feel like a lot of times get compromised on a faster sailing yachts, that your elbow room is just really small. So here everything is wide and open. You have a double cabin here. This looks like a hanging locker. That's interesting. The sink, hold on, it's locked. Here we go. So the sink is out here, which is pretty great. You know, you can get ready and stuff here, brush your teeth while someone is in the shower or in the toilet. That's all access.
It's hard to tell in the camera right now, but this is a plexiglass which is tinted.
Yeah.
Behind that is your freshwater system, which is kind of cool too. You have a little bit of a pressure tank there, and then your freshwater pumps and filters. So everything is accessible quite easily.
Very convenient. All right, as we keep going aft, everything is locked. All right, this is our shower. It's actually really large.
So it's a shared shower.
Yeah. It
With
connects.
the starboard cabin. Oh, okay. You have massive amount of natural light coming in through that overhead hatch.
And also air.
Yep.
Kind of nice to have.
And it's just big enough that you can hold on underway when you're showering, but you can also still, like you said, stretch your elbows a little without.
It's big.
It's not small at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And then as we keep going aft here, that's our head with tons of storage. Important stuff in the bathroom here.
Oh, okay. And then you see the work area right behind the plexiglass door.
Which we're gonna check out later.
Correct.
Okay. We're going to the starboard side now. All the way back here, that's where we'll start. It is almost the same, an exception is the bed configuration is different. So you will not have an access to your engine room and lazarette compartment from here. Your head is here, really nice amount of storage.
Pretty convenient.
And then again, your shower access here that we've already seen. And this is our double bed. So it's just set up a little different here. And storage again right here, and
Pull.
storage underneath, and our hanging locker here.
Yeah, this is a nice cabin here, actually.
Definitely. So the whole outboard side here has storage. Again, tons of storage, which if you're gonna go sail around the world, you will need, because you're gonna have 4 different seasons. You have to be able to accommodate all sorts of different clothes, different supplies, just different things for different areas. So you will need storage, you guys.
For sure.
So this is neat. It's my editing space. How cool is this little nook here? And you can still communicate. The way that this helm area is set up is just brilliant, because you really are all together all the time. You have full communication.
And then here on the inboard side, you have the entire breaker panel with ship and shore power switchovers, low voltage and high voltage breaker panel.
All storage as we keep coming forward. This is a really large sitting area here.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice dining table. Integrated grab rail here, so it's really cool. Again, someone could sleep here. If you're going with, a bunch of friends sailing for a few days, this can accommodate a lot of people.
Look how massive these hatches are.
Huge. Great for cross breeze.
Pretty nice open layout.
And we keep going forward to our master. You have a double bed here. Settee / somebody else could sleep here. Definitely a lot of room here as well.
This could be a bunk for sure.
The space here, right? Like most of the time you would think of sort of claustrophobic spaces. On the sailing yachts, this is really roomy. Just the way they laid it out, it's pretty good. I really like it.
So here we have the forward mast. So what's that box for? Oh, I know what it is, because you have the TV on the salon side and it's sunken into the wall. So they made this a design piece.
And the way the door is made here, it's actually sort of a half door. So it's not a complete privacy door, which I'm sure was a choice, a design choice of the owner, the way they were going to use the boat, that they didn't feel the need for a complete private doors, which you can absolutely do here. It's not an issue.
You could have a full door, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, keep coming forward. Here, oh, this is interesting. So you have a head, and then you also have a shower, which is actually deep enough to even be like a little bathtub. It's so tall.
It is a huge lip or like a half wall. Oh wow, look at the ledge out there.
It's a huge shower. It's really, really big. Because you could just sit down here, because you are all the way forward. So here would probably be the one area they might be moving a little bit more than aft. And this is just great. You just sit down, take a shower. It's super tall.
Yeah.
Hatch above as well. And this is a walk-in wardrobe slash almost like a storage workshop. I mean, everything in one. The guys are setting up the sail. So this is cool. You have a sink here. So someone is taking a shower, you can totally get ready here. You have all of this storage. Your washer and dryers right here.
Wow.
And then look at all this massive drawers everywhere. I'm not gonna go through all of it, you guys. There's a lot of private stuff on the boat. Deep storage is here, goes all the way in. And a huge closet here. I think this was a choice not to have a door, because honestly, what do you need it for?
And then also you want to have the clothes air out and everything, so like actually keeping it open makes totally sense.
It's like a walk-in closet. You don't need to have a door here. So it's just really big. You can have all your fall gear, all the different stuff that you don't have space for anywhere else.
For sure.
Nice.
Really cool.
Anybody interested in checking out engine room / lazarette? Massive lazarette?
Go.
Okay.
The propeller works off this button here and this gauge, which shows when we hold it, you can see how the propeller moves.
Yep.
So this is changing the pitch of the propeller while we're sailing or before we're getting ready to leave the dock.
And you can feather it too. And then you can also, of course, like do neutral pitch, just straight for sailing, that you don't have the resistance.
Correct, yes. When you're sailing, you can move the pitch all the way, so the propellers, it's a 3-bladed propeller, and it'll be flat, and there's very little resistance while you're sailing.
Does this shade stay when you guys sail, or do you have to take it down?
This awning stays in place while we're sailing, which gives us a lot of shade.
That's great.
Yeah.
If a future owner wants to buy this boat, because of all the battery power, this could be turned into solar panels.
Oh, cool. So you could put a hardtop on it and put solar panels on it?
Or just put solar panels
on top, yeah.
Yeah, or make a hard top with solar panels. I think that would be the future for this boat.
Makes sense.
Because this boat is all 24 volt, has no generator. All the power to the batteries comes from 2 big alternators off the main engine.
The main engine kind of becomes your generator, so to speak. That's what you use to recharge the batteries underway.
Yes, correct.
Out in the ocean.
So the dinghy is all the way aft. Great spot for it, actually.
Safe spot.
Feels really safe.
And the davit or the crane that you see, the line on it comes back to one of our winches, and we can lift it and put the dinghy in the water.
Yeah. So you just pull it over the side, lower the lifelines, put it over the side, and drop it in the water. And it's safe too, because I've seen a lot of the larger sailboats or sailing yachts, they tend to store dinghies on the foredeck. And I'm always thinking, like, if you get in really bad weather, that might take the dinghy out if you take huge waves over the bow. This is definitely a safer solution. Is there another lazarette on the back here, in the aft portion?
This is a way down to the engine room.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
The whole back of the boat is one big engine room.
I will totally film this.
So it's really an engine room. It's
big.
Massive. Wow.
That must be so easy to deal with any engine maintenance. Wow, this is a lot of space. Look, you guys, I can't even get them in the camera in one frame.
That's crazy. So this is the exhaust here. This is incredible. Is that a vacuum cleaner?
The boat has
central vacuum.
Central vacuum.
That
No
is
way.
so random. I didn't expect it from
didn't
this
expect
from
this
this
either.
boat at all.
Next to the vacuum, these two machineries are the 24-volt compressors that run off the batteries for the freezer and the refrigerator boxes. The boxes only have to be run 2 hours a day because they have fantastic insulation and the plates are built into the box. We can run one compressor or the other. This is the Hunderstadt machinery that changes the pitch on the propeller.
Oh, got it.
So when I push the button, this machinery turns and then there's a shaft and a shaft that changes the pitch on the propeller. Rico's hand is on the saltwater pump that fills the ballast tanks.
You can select which way, and then it
Correct.
pumps it in. Yeah.
Oh, it's like three
ballast tank.
ways.
Here are the ballast tanks.
Ah.
Yeah. And they probably go further forward too.
Oh, so they're
so
not.
interesting.
They're on the outboard.
They're outboard and they're built into the boat behind the cabins and behind the salon.
I
Wow.
thought they're in a center, like kind of.
That wouldn't make any sense.
No, now it actually makes sense to me. Sorry, this is all very fascinating to me. That actually makes a lot of sense.
You have had it pretty short too when you were sailing out and about and things breaking on you. If you're in bad weather and you really have to get into, the engine compartment or, any kind of machinery, this is safe here. This is really safe.
Yeah, you're really protected, and you have a door.
That's what I'm saying. You have the
you
door
can
to
just
the
get
interior
in from interior.
and check on things without being.
And that door is clear as well, so you can just like peek in without even opening the door. Just see that everything is good.
You can look in, and also the noise from the engines all the way in the back of the boat makes the boat very quiet when it's running. And even though it's very noisy in the engine room, the boat is very quiet.
And the master is forward, right?
all the way forward.
So this boat has a day tank where the diesel behind Rico.
Oh yeah, right there.
The diesel is pumped into a day tank, and then the engine takes its diesel from that day tank, which automatically fills the tank. We have a 24-volt Spectra water maker over here, which I think makes about 26 gallons an hour.
Which for two people is more than plenty.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
we have
4 people is plenty.
We have 2 water tanks on the boat, and 1 water tank is only for water maker water. So we don't fill dock water into that tank.
Perfect.
The machinery behind you, where it says power, that's a diesel heater that makes our hot water, and it also circulates water through the boat for heating.
Oh,
right.
perfect.
So I was gonna ask you in terms of that, like class-wise, is this ice or light ice, or what would be?
Well, I think the bow section is built heavier because the boat has been up to Alaska and been in the ice. They've been through Canada all the way up to Alaska.
So you have basically a heater and no AC, because the airflow is, you don't really need air conditioning, but you have a heater to be able to be warm in a cooler climate, right?
Correct. These are the autopilot systems back here. So this is the tiller.
oh yeah, the steering, that's right. All the steering components.
Those 2 cylinders drive the steering. And then that's the one system down there, so you can get to that.
So would that be kind of like a receptacle for an emergency tiller?
Correct. The boat's set up with an emergency tiller with a block and tackle that would go in the engine room to steer the boat.
Got it.
Where are the batteries?
The batteries are all the way forward inside the boat, and the batteries on this boat weigh 1,300 pounds.
I want to see that. You want to show us?
Yes,
I'll
let's
follow
go
you
and
guys.
see.
Yeah, let's go through. Oh, right here.
So our batteries are actually ballast in the boat. They weigh 1,300 pounds, and they're under the floorboards.
Wow.
So
Whoa.
So these are lead acid forklift batteries that are wet cell, and they're approximately about 3 foot high.
Oh, they
3 foot high?
So they go all the way deep into the in the keel section.
How do you get them in here? Through the hatch?
So we made these batteries about a year ago. We replaced the batteries, and they're in these steel cases, and then we took them out and dropped them back through the hatch in the boat.
Well, it's convenient to have such a massive hatch, that's for sure.
And hell yeah, it's handy right above.
Wow.
But we had to go to the yard and use a crane,
Oh shoot, really?
to get them on the boat.
Wow.
We had to crane them onto the boat.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. You're not lifting them on by hand. There's no way.
Wow.
So
that is amazing.
So this was another project all on its own, making these batteries.
That's insane. Very cool.
Very cool.
Okay, here we go.
That's right, this is very
Wow.
efficient.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh, the rudder reacts.
That was really on the spot.
Pilot's on.
You're literally driving it off of this. This is crazy.
We're just driving it off the autopilot now.
Amazing. It feels so stable.
It does.
It doesn't move at all.
It's a big boat. You guys need to pull?
Get out of the way.
Okay, let's go back.
I'll do the back. You start it. Yeah, go. Yeah, here we go. Just take this forward, Rico. Just running back here.
Yeah.
Nice, Harold. Put him to work.
Okay. Okay, you're good now.
You want me to pull that?
Okay. Are you
We're
up?
good. We're good.
Okay, keep going.
All right, two up. That's a lot of sail.
2 out of 4.
2 out of 4, yeah. We were pretty quick, right? Yeah, we're like 8 knots or something. Yeah.
This is really stable.
This is super stable.
This is the
This
most
is
amazing
insane.
sailing boat you've ever sailed.
Wow.
I mean, look at this. We're doing 7.6. Are going
Yeah.
upwind. White caps are just starting, so maybe it's 10, 11 knots now.
At dock, I noticed that the side decks were pretty angled towards the outboard side. And I thought like, well, that's kind of weird. Like, why would that be? It's kind of, uncomfortable to walk on it. Falling down towards the outboard side. But now like sailing and slightly heeling, it makes it so much more comfortable and safe to walk forward and aft underway.
Instead of it coming up on you
Yeah.
and you're like gliding down.
I mean, right now, like it's pretty much even, straight.
So we can crack off a bit, right? A little high, go faster.
Here we go. Come on. Yay! 10 knots.
And this is how 10 knots look on a monohull sailboat, just under sail.
This is insane. It is so stable. It is just glides through the water. It's fast for how much wind we have. Pretty amazing stuff.
And even without ballast tanks, it doesn't heel much at all.
Best seat in the house is right here. Oh, the good life. Sailing like that, I can sail to Hawaii right now. Hey, Errol.
Yeah.
Should we go to Hawaii?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wrong direction.
We don't have enough food, though. That's going to be the only issue is food.
No.
No,
Beer.
we do?
Beer.
Beer is going to be an issue. That's true. Yeah, let's stop at
Well,
Catalina and then go to Hawaii.
Mexico would be fun for me.
We can do that.
Yeah,
we can
right.
go to Mexico.
It's a good time right now too. I think the storms are almost done.
I just feel like we're in a good roll right now.
Yeah.
It feels really nice. Let's just keep going.
Can do the miles.
Yeah. Alrighty, you guys, this completes our tour and a sea trial of this BEOWULF amazing Explorer yacht. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it interesting. I've definitely learned quite a few new things that I didn't know. I'm gonna rewatch it on the edit and pick up some stuff. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking us. Thank you for taking us sailing. We really appreciate it. This yacht is for sale if you guys are interested. All the contact information will be in the description underneath the video. As always, thank you so much for the likes, comments, shares, and subscribing. Really, really appreciate it. Check us out on the Patreon. Check us out on Instagram. See you on the next one.
I don't have a microphone running. Enjoy the outtakes.
Ciao. Thanks,
Bye.
Errol. Bye.
Happy sailing.
Cool.
One more.
No, I like it.
That was weird.
I liked it.
We're going to show you a sailing super yacht. We're going sailing on the world cruiser.
On a world cruiser.
We're going sailing on the World Cruiser Explorer super yacht.
Yeah.
Welcome, Errol.
Do I talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say hey, guys.
I don't know what that is.
Water. Is it water maker?
Yeah. And but besides the
So we have a two sink. We have a two.
two basin sink. Oh.
Yeah. Two.
Double.
We have a double sink here.
So you got your really good.
Headroom.
No.
There's grab rail. What am I thinking? You can actually have a meal with 10 people at this table.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about these hatches? Look
Yeah,
how
I mean, this would be a
massive.
little uncomfortable, but
It is. It has a huge lip. Oh, that didn't work. That's why you pushed it.
Anybody interested in checking out the engine room / massive lazarette? Hey, back off!
It was like concrete,
know.
huh?
Hurts a little. All right, maybe stop it. Stop being so
let's go.
close. Well, that was a good rehearsal. Do it again. The real sailor skill is to be able to do it with a beer in one hand. This was amazing.
Yeah. You guys are welcome.
Outtake.
You guys are welcome. Glad to have you on board. And if anybody watches this, this is an amazing boat.
If anybody watches this, all the millions of you are going to watch this, make sure you share, like, and comment. All right, ciao. Thanks, Errol.
Bye.
Bye.